Hi, this is Gabby Condi here with a Cup of Zen, and I'm here to show you how to print masks using Print Aura. So I'm on the site, and what I want to do is go to Products, Accessories, and then you'll see two different types of masks. There's a tri-blend and an eco tri-blend. I'm going to try the tri-blend, so I just click on the mask and then they show you all the different colors, and the base cost is $9.99. Then we're going to click design, and then from here the black one shows up first, so you can change the colors up here to the right under where it says try black. I'm going to choose a white one, and here to the right under where it says try black, I'm going to choose a white one. And so now you have this square print area right here that you can insert a design on. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our design first, and then we're going to upload it here. So you can actually, I'm on Creative Fabrica, and I typed in unicorns, and what I was thinking was that we could create a cute unicorn type of mask. Maybe some kids might like it, or even some adults. So there's all kinds of different graphics in here. You aren't limited to unicorns. You can type in whatever it is that you're looking for, or you can go under graphics on Creative Fabrica. And there's a ton of different, there's clip art, there's SVG bundles, there's funny quotes, there's cute animals. So there's all kinds of things that you can choose from this site in order to use it in the design that you want to create. The only thing is that we want to check the license for these. So if you click on one of these, you'll see that it says including commercial license. So everything across the site is a commercial license for you to use. However, they have certain terms, and other sites have these as well. So what I did was I went to the license, or here it is, read about our license. So I went to the license here, and what we're creating is called print on demand products. So you can go down this license summary and see what it says, but I went down to the print on demand, the basic print on demand usage. And so what it says basically in the design of it here is, okay, if this is the original download that you are getting, you cannot just use it as it is on a coffee mug or a mask or a t-shirt. You've got to make some changes to it, as you can see. See, they put an X here for this. You can't use it as is, but here's the check to show you this is how you can use it. So you can see they added some watercolor design to it. So that's what we're going to do today in order to create our mask. So what I got here were some unicorns. So I just typed in unicorns, and it brought up all of these different unicorn pictures, images, unicorn wearing a tutu, all of these different things. So I chose to go with this one because I thought they were cute, and they also come in black and white, so we can add our own color to it, or we could just use, what I'm going to do is download it. I already have a membership to Creative Fabrica, and I believe they're running a sale right now that you can join too. It's pretty low priced, and I'll link it down below in the video. There's also other sites, so if you're already a member on other sites, then you might want to just grab some graphics from there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is actually kind of make it sort of similar to this. So I want one of these backgrounds that look like a watercolor background, and it looks like it might have some flowers or something on it. So I'm going to go back to the search, and I'm going to type in watercolor and see what comes up. Okay, there's some frogs. We don't want those. Oh, here's some crystals. Let's grab these. Crystals. Let's grab these. So I'm going to download these watercolor crystals, and then there's some nice moon phases, but I don't really want that. But I kind of like that design. Let's see if this seller has any watercolor clip art we could use. Here we go. Perfect. Watercolor splashes. So these will be good. Not exactly what I was looking for, but not bad. We might use something else along the way. So what I'm going to do now is go down to my downloads. Okay, so now what we're going to do is combine these into a product. So I'm going to open up my Photoshop. You can use any other tool that you have. You could use PowerPoint, you could use Paint. The only thing about Photoshop, you could use PicMonkey. There's other platforms. Okay, so once you open up Photoshop, we're going to go to Create, and then we're going to change this to pixels, and we want it to be probably about 1000 by 1000. I don't think that's the area that, you know, the amount of area that we need, but I didn't see a template on there, so I'm just going to guess and say it's 1000 by 1000 at 300 dpi. RGB color, or actually we probably need CMYK since it's printed, and then we press create. And so from here what we're going to do is start to bring in our different elements. So I'm going to bring in the watercolor splashes first. We're going to save as, I'm just going to save it under my downloads, and I'm just going to say this is Unicorn 1. So what I want to save it as, and what's really important, is to save it as a PNG file. So you want to export, quick export as PNG, Unicorn 1, save. So let's try this in our print aura. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to upload images, and then you can just drop your image there. Okay, so we're going to go to upload images and then browse for your image, and then double click on it. So here's my image. So I'm just going to say color. We're just going to use full color image, continue, And there it is. So now what we can do is we can adjust the size of it to make sure that it fits right there. See how it came in kind of small? But we want it to be a little bit bigger and fill the area as much as possible. You can even pull up if you want, or down. I think we're gonna put it about right there. So let's see if we can zoom in. Okay, that looks good. Let's see if we can preview it. So this is how it'll look. It'll be white with this little graphic here. So it's not too bad. Let's generate a mockup. So there's our mockup. Of course, it has a guy on it. Probably not the person we want to use for our mockup. And then what we would do is, let's see, I guess we can't add it to our store. So it looks like when 8 different graphics that you want to use, and then you would have to get your mockups for it. So you can use this as a mockup. If you want to delete the person from behind it, I mean, you can. What I really suggest to do is to order one for the $10 and just have it shipped to your house, and then you wear it, or you have, one of your children wear it so that they can be the model for it, so that you can take pictures of it like that, because I mean, it looks kind of silly with the guy and the mask on. So okay, so here I'm going to show you how to create the mock-up of the mask. And what we're going to do first is remove the guy. So what I'm doing is in Photoshop is to use the magic wand tool, and I'm selecting all of the white background, and then I just delete it. And then I'm going to the magnetic lasso tool, and I'm going around the mask. So what I'm doing is I'm just outlining the edges of the mask. And there's other ways you can go about doing this. I just find the magnetic lasso tool to be really effective in getting rid of the, going around it and to get rid of the background. So once I've gone around the whole mask and connected both ends, then I want to go up to select and inverse and delete. And it selects all of the background, so it deleted the guy. So now we just have the mask. So the next thing I want to do is go to Pixabay or Unsplash and grab an image of a lady that we can use, or whoever you want to use for the mask mock-up. So you want to look for a lady who's looking directly at the camera. Since our mask is facing the camera directly, it'll be easier to put it on a person who's looking directly at a camera. And then when you find the picture that you want to use, make sure that you get the largest size for Etsy. Their size dimensions are 2500 by 2500, so we want to try to get the largest size possible. You'll have to log in to get the largest size from Pixabay, and then download it to your computer. Then you can go back to Photoshop and go to File, Place Embedded, and select your image. Be sure to resize it and then place the image behind the mask background. Then we can resize it using Transform, Image Transform, until it fits about the size of the mask. Might have to rotate it to get it to fit just right if the person's kind of sideways like this image is. To clean up the edges, you'll want to use the eraser tool. I use a soft blend and then try to reduce the size of the eraser so it doesn't erase part of the mask, but only erases some of the edging that it looked like the white was still attached to. You can also reduce the opacity of the eraser in order to make sure not to erase certain areas that you want to keep. And if you mess up, there's always undo. You can also go to unsplash.com and you can usually find really great images here as well. This one looks good because these ladies have their face facing the camera and they aren't tilted. We're going to try this one. So now we go to File, Place Embedded, and insert our new image, and we want to make sure that the layer is behind the layer for the mask, and we also want the image to fill the screen. So now we'll have to adjust the mask. Go to Edit Image and Transform, and you also need to rotate it since we had it tilted at an angle. And then another trick is to also use Edit in order to fit her face. You can also go to Transform and Warp, Transform Scale, and Transform Warp will actually warp it to her face so that it fits more instead of just hanging out there. So that way it looks more realistic to how it would look on a person's face. So now what you can do is save these as JPEG images, and you have 2 mockups to add to your product. The next thing that you could do, though, to change this some more is to insert text. So you can add something weird like that. Or change, it looks like you can change the text on here, and let's try a different color. Unit quarantine. Here we go. This changes the size. or we could change it to black. Bold. And then that would be part of the, you know, the whole image here. We can move this down. Of course, I probably would not use that, but let's see. Be a unicorn. And then let's change it to a different. There we go. That's cute. Okay, so then we could generate the mockup. And if you go to, if you type in like SVGs, there's all kinds of already created SVGs in here that you can use. So SVGs is a type of file, but a lot of people list it as the text in here like this that they've already created, and they're easy to add to t-shirts or masks. So what you can do is to download one of these bundles. So let's try this one, this Fearless. And then I'm going to go back to Photoshop. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same palette, but I'm going to erase the unicorn and the crystals. And what I'm going to do is place embedded. And I'm going to my Fearless SVG. And I want the PNG file so that it's got a transparent background. And it looks like it gave me 2 of these here. Not quite sure why it did that. Okay, I want one of these. So in Photoshop, I can easily get rid of it by using this lasso tool right here. And what I would do is just draw around it. Have to be careful, and then link it back, and then I just press delete. Whoops, I was on the wrong layer. So I right click and click rasterize layer, and then I'm going to delete it because I did not want it. Then to undo all of these marching ants, you just go to select, deselect. Okay, so now I have Fearless here, and I want to change the color of this. Let's see, it's going to be against a white background, but let's make it against the black background. So I'm going to change it to a different color. So I just double click and click color overlay, and I actually like that yellow, so let's try that. But I don't think it goes with the purple all that well, so I'm going to change that watercolor in the background. So I just go to File, Place Embedded, and then I go back to my watercolors. And then I can choose whatever color I want. Let's try this blue. And I'm going to bring it behind the Fearless layer. So there's our blue and our yellow Fearless. So I'm going to save this. Save as. And see, that's all you have. Image around so that it meets the guidelines within their licensing terms. I'm going to export as the PNG, export, save. And then I'll go back to my print aura. I'm going to upload image, or first I'm going to delete this one. X is on the side, on the right top. All right, so there's my Fearless. So I want to change the background to a black, or let's try a gray. That looks really cool. So now we have a gray mask and the Fearless on it. So now we could generate the mockup from this and download. And there's our mask. So that was pretty easy, and that's all you have to do. There's also a tutorial here if you want to create any other products, or if you want to create a mask, then it gives you a tutorial on how to do that. So now what you need to do is, if you're going to list this on Etsy, then you can go to Etsy and you can see how a lot of people have different mock-ups here. Like there's one that just has the mock-up against the background, like these. There's this one with the guy with it on his face and the woman. See, they're not really using these images that look like this with this John guy. I see, that's why I would recommend to really get the mock and then take pictures of it and put it on Etsy or your website. There's plenty of creative graphics and fonts and all kinds of things that you can use on Creative Fabrica. And there's even some for nurses and medical of 2020. So things like this would be fun, you know, and really capture people's attention. I can't promise that they're going to sell, but you know, what I can say is that even creating something fun like this could capture attention towards other masks that you create and other things that you sell. So just try different things that catch your eye and really have fun with it is the best way to go about this right now. So good luck and let me know how things go. And if you have any questions, you can list them down in the comments below.